Hey, it's Georgia Clay, Plant Selections Manager here at Monrovia, and today we are at the beautiful Oregon Nursery with our very own Katie Tamony.
Hey everyone, we're here to talk about roses and all the wonderful, long-blooming, disease-resistant, beautiful cut flower roses we have. In fact, it feels like we're in front of a great cut flower cart today. I'm excited to talk about our exclusive roses.
Yeah, I think our exclusive roses, we have a lot of different series. They all offer something a little bit different, but some of the main features that all of our roses are gonna have are they're all gonna be on their own root. And that means that for those of you in a cold climate, if your rose gets chopped back from the cold or you cut it way back on accident, what's coming up from the ground is all gonna be what you originally planted.
So are there a lot of roses out there that it might not be the case?
Definitely, yeah. A lot of the older varieties are grafted onto a root stock. And that root stock is intended to have better disease resistance and do all of the things that our roses naturally do on their own.
How great. So we've got the complete package.
Yes.
Well, let's start with Grace and Grit. This is a rose that we introduced in 2018. And I mentioned cut flower, and I feel like this is a beautiful cut flower, but it's also an incredible landscaping rose. I think a lot of people associate roses with kind of, a fussiness, maybe it has a few longer stems, but this is more like a shrub.
Definitely, yeah, it has this really nice, tidy 5-foot tall by 4-foot wide habit. We've specifically selected it for disease resistance, so it's not gonna get that nasty black spot, and we trial all over the country. Our toughest rose trialing condition is at our Cairo, Georgia nursery. Super hot, super humid, really high disease pressure. So all of these Grace and Grit roses performed beautifully throughout the country and in the hot and humid.
So there are many colors in the series, right? We've got a couple favorites here. I have yellow Grace and Grit in my garden right now.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, just beautiful. And red. Red is one of our most popular. I think red has made a comeback in the garden too. More people have been interested in kind of reintroducing red into the garden, and that's a great choice. You mentioned disease resistance, but deadheading, anything special that people have to do?
You really don't have to. These all are self-cleaning, which means that once these flowers are gone, all the petals are going to fall off naturally on their own, and then they all repeat bloom. So this will be a really cute little button with no dead petals hanging on, and then the new growth is going to shoot out, it's going to put out another flower. So that's really without any effort at all in your garden. You can kind of plant it and forget it.
And when would you, prune these back, let's say, in order to prep for a really good spring bloom?
Yeah, you can prune them really anytime. I like to prune my roses in the early spring, right before that flush. If you'd like to, you can prune them back again and they'll rebloom for you throughout the season. But really, there's no reason you need to prune. And also, a lot of people are scared to prune roses.
Yeah, it's true. I think, people are afraid that they're going to do something wrong. But, roses, they're pretty tough, actually.
Yeah, and these ones are really easy. So even if all you want to do is come and chop them back, that's perfectly fine. They're going to grow great for you.
And one of the things I really love about our roses is because we've been growing roses for a very long time, almost 100 years, we really know how to get them well branched, beautifully shaped. We tend to grow a fuller plant so that when you buy this at the garden center, you're going to already have a shrub that's ready to go in the landscape.
Definitely.
So it comes in multiple colors. These plus a beautiful bicolor. Look at that. That is an incredible, like candy cane-like shade.
Gorgeous. And the bud itself is also striped. It's beautiful.
And then white.
We have white. We also have a straight pink. So we have a lot of different varieties to choose from. It can really fit into any garden.
And we also grow these on a patio tree form.
We do.
Yeah.
Like a little lollipop.
Right. So on the patio tree, it's still on its own root.
It is, yes.
That's great.
They are technically, these are zone 4 hardy, zones 4 through 9, and something on a patio tree is likely a little bit less hardy just because it's up a little bit. It's not so close to the soil, but still, zone 4, it's pretty hardy still.
That's great. That makes a lot of sense. And it's nice on a patio tree, it really gets, it up to your face. It's great to have it in a container by your door, along a pathway. So that's Grace and Grit. A tough, beautiful shrub. Let's talk about its kind of cousin, which is more of a ground cover rose, Nitty Gritty. Oh my gosh, this beautiful peach, Nitty Gritty.
And then we've got this lovely yellow
So tell me the difference with this and Grace and Grit.
Yeah, so Grace and Grit's more of a shrub rose, so 5 foot tall, 4 feet wide. Yeah. And the Nitty Gritties are gonna be more almost like a ground cover type. Obviously not super short, but they are gonna be more wide than they are tall. So let's say 3 to 4 feet tall by maybe 5 feet wide.
Okay. So more of a carpet type, rose.
Yeah.
We call it a ground cover, but it's still...
Yeah, it's still a shrub.
Right.
It's just gonna be more of a, like you mentioned, a carpet.
Yeah. And do they have a little bit of a scent?
Some of them do.
Okay.
Yes, some of them do, but they're not touted for scent. If you're looking for scent, we'll talk about some of those other varieties in a little bit. Yeah. But these are really going to be a lot of the same characteristics as Grace and Grit. So really heavy disease resistance, great self-cleaning, excellent rebloom, and just fabulous colors. Really easy to care for in the garden.
That Nitty Gritty peach is just luminous. I love the little yellow center of it. And then it has this wonderful apricot moving to pink as it emerges. It's incredible. And I also love what a great bloomer it is. I mean, this just gets covered.
It does, yeah. You can see
the bouquets coming.
Yeah, it's early season, but these will be like this all year long until frost. I had this particular variety in my personal garden. It was the talk of the neighborhood. It was really gorgeous.
Nice.
But yellow is also really beautiful, and it has sort of, you mentioned like the yellow bits in the peach, and this has almost like an orangey bit on the outside. It's really beautiful.
And then we've got white, which white behaves a little bit differently, I think. It's a little taller in sprays, maybe, which I find fantastic and really great for a container when you want that kind of rambling, romantic cottage look.
Absolutely. And I do think that's a good point, Katie. Where Grace and Grit is more formal. So if you're looking for a more formal rose garden, that would be a great series. Nitty Gritty has a little bit more of that cottagey, free spirit, a little bit more romance to it, which I really love as well.
I love that. So it comes in the peach, yellow, white, and red?
And red and pink.
Straight so pink. Another 5 colors again.
Yep.
So Nitty Gritty was introduced about the same time as Grace and Grit when we really started to get back into exclusive roses of our own and did extensive trialing. And once we started doing that, then we discovered a few other great roses. This is Eau de Parfum, which, hello, has a little bit of fragrance. And they're big. The blooms are really big.
They're really big. And this one is Eau de Parfum Berry, and you can see it's almost purple.
Yeah.
It's a really unique color, and the fragrance is fabulous.
And it's big. It's like a peony type bloom almost. Again, excellent cut flower, excellent for romantic, kind of formal. I can just see that looking beautiful with boxwood hedges and other traditional evergreens. Eau de Parfum comes in other colors, but we've been finding in our trend research that this berry shade is really becoming popular.
Definitely, yeah. And one of the things, we introduced a lot of roses, and people kept asking, where's the fragrance? We want more fragrance in our roses. Yeah. And for the longest time, the trait of disease resistance and low maintenance and fragrance were really far apart. It was really hard to breed fragrance into an easy care rose. But after about 25 years of effort from the breeder and tons, hundreds of thousands of plants thrown away, they finally found these Eau de Parfum. So this is the premier introductions from that breeding work, which is really fabulous. So not only do you get that great fragrance, but you also get the disease resistance that you'd expect from a more shrub type landscape rose.
Because a lot of roses that we associate with fragrance, they're really hard to take care of because they're disease prone.
Yes.
So what you're saying is we have it all in one package now. Easy to take care of, disease free, and beautiful fragrance. And it comes in 4 colors. The berry, and kind of another pink, and then really sort of a blush, creamy.
Yeah, almost like a champagne yellowy color as well. Yeah. So there's a couple colors. There's also going to be one coming out in the next few years. It's going to be more of an orangey, which is exciting. Yeah, sneak peek.
That's great. That's great. Coming next year, I think. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's talk about an even tougher rose. We've been talking about how these are pretty tough, easy to take care of, but we have one that is, I think it's zone 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rugosa rose.
Yeah. Now, rugosas can get a bad rap, right? Because they can tend to get a little wild.
A little wild.
Yeah. Look at the color on this.
This is gorgeous. And even,
really pretty.
the Eau de Parfums are fragrant, and rugosas are just as fragrant. I can smell the
Yeah, this is
perfume coming
really
off
pretty.
of this plant is pretty amazing.
Pretty fragrance, very, delicate looking. But back to rugosas can sort of be a mess. And this one is more well behaved. It stays more compact.
Yeah, so this is gonna be 3 by 3
Yeah.
in the garden. And this perfectly nice rounded plant. Most rugosas, like you mentioned, Katie, they get huge and they throw canes and they are super, super thorny.
Yeah,
They're
this doesn't even look that thorny.
No.
I mean, it has thorns, but not.
But no, I mean, you could never
Yeah.
touch a regular rugosa like this
Yeah.
without getting stabbed. So this is a beautiful plant. It is super unique to the market. Nobody has this. This is our series. It's called Seaside Swirl. And this is the pink, but we also have blush and we have a really nice bright red.
Yeah, I love this pink because it's sort of a lavender pink. Really pretty, goes with everything. It's zone 3 through 8. And it can take road salt. It can really take extremes, which I just love.
Yeah, because the reality, if you live in those really cold climates, a lot of those, you have a lot of road salt, you have a lot of other conditions, maybe harsh drying winds, all those kinds of things, and the rugosas are super, super tough.
Yeah.
Also great for coastal communities. That tolerance of salt spray also works for the coast. So a really hardy, excellent rose with great fall color as well. You get a nice yellow tone in the fall.
And it has great rose hips. If you're into, rose hips and like to use them for different, purposes, this is a great plant for that. And it's kind of like a secret extra perk that it has in the fall, late fall. So this is terrific. Love the Seaside Swirl series. Again, there's 3 colors. And this would look great in a container or the landscape. And then we have Heavenly Ascent, which is a climbing rose. We've got it in pink and red.
And red, yeah. The red right here.
Right? And pink back here.
Yeah, so climbers is another that was really hard to find, that disease resistance along with the climbing trait, but we were able to find it with these. They're also smaller climbers, so they're not gonna get huge, huge, huge. They're gonna be about 8 feet tall or so climbing.
Oh, that's nice, well behaved.
Well behaved, and it has that old fashioned look. So you get that many petals, you get that great fragrance, but you also have the disease resistance.
Yeah, and it's perfect for that cottage kind of rambly, feel again up over an arbor. But as you said, doesn't get sort of wildly out of control. It's sort of like just enough. It's a well-behaved climber.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so great for anybody, most people's gardens that want something that's gonna be sort of rambling, but within its bounds.
Yeah. So let's talk personal favorites. You have this in your yard.
I do, yeah.
This is my personal favorite. I just think the color, as you said, it stops people. They just say, what is that? I feel like there's no other color quite like this, with that really delicate, the way it catches the light. I mean, I keep calling it luminous, but I just love this color. To me, it's apart from any other rose that I've ever seen.
Well, my personal favorite is the Seaside Swirl rugosas. And I love this pink for a lot of the reasons that you had mentioned, Katie. I love the petal count on it and just that beautiful, almost like a Barbie pink in my opinion is what it's like. Full of buds, super hardy, and also really unique. Yeah. I feel like it's really, you don't see rugosas around, and I love that this brings so much to the landscape.
Well, let's talk about if you've got a particular problem and you need a solution, a rose that can really fill that need. So if you're in an area where you want a landscaping shrub, just something that makes, it fills out a beautiful part of your landscape, I think Grace and Grit would make a perfect choice for that. And it comes in so many colors, as we mentioned, to fit whatever your color palette is. And I love the way it becomes a large shrub in the landscape. So, I think if you're in particularly a hot area, humid area, that's a great go-to. Nitty Gritty is also great in the humidity, but if you're really looking for that sort of a shrub with a lot of presence, I would think Grace and Grit would be a great choice.
Even hedging would be good for Grace and Grit, planting in mass and hedging. They have foliage that goes all the way down to the base, and so it creates this really full, lush look.
Now let's say you're in a tough climate, tough winter.
I would go for your Seaside Swirl rugosa roses. The rugosa roses are gonna be pretty much foolproof in terms of toughness, and you're not really sacrificing beauty as well. So you get both of those things, and you don't have to worry when it gets super, super cold, or if you do have to put down salt, or you have a lot of spray from, let's say, if you're on the coast.
Now, if you have you're on a patio and you want something in a container with beautiful fragrance, I think Eau de Parfum, Eau de Parfum is the go-to. And what I think is really beautiful too about this rose is the foliage.
Yeah.
Let's get this one up here. This is really, I'll put that in front. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's got this beautiful, dark, deep purple foliage.
I love that.
This one is bling, so this is berry.
Okay.
So it's more purple, and then this is bling. And bling, when it comes out, is going to be quite bright hot pink.
Ooh,
It's really beautiful.
nice.
Then paired with this dark foliage is gorgeous.
That would look really pretty in a container. Nitty Gritty, also a great container choice, highly recommend. So you can find information about all of them on Monrovia.com. Check out the one that's right for you. Again, zone 4 through 9 for Grace and Grit and Nitty Gritty, 3 through 8 for the Seaside Swirl. Really easy to take care of, easy to manage, great in landscape and containers.
Yeah, and just remember that every rose that you see at the garden center has so many years worth of trial history and so much breeding work behind it, and we're really proud of all of our roses.
Yeah, I think the other big thing is we wouldn't introduce a rose unless it was significantly better or different than something that's already out there. So I guess bottom line is no matter what you're working on in your landscape, we've got a rose for you. For more information about all of these roses, come to Monrovia.com.